Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Check this out, man. Look what I got in the mail today. Shing, 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 shing. You know what this is? A soil blocker. So, instead of buying boxes and trays and what do you call them? Transplant boxes and cubes, pots and all that stuff. These, boom, make they call it soil block. You take the soil, stamp it in there, and then boom, it drop out little blocks of soil, little cubes of soil, and you put the seeds in them, and they grow in a little cube all by itself, and the roots come out to the edge, and then they stop growing when they hit the air, and it helps them when you transplant them. So this is 20 little ones. Then these are big ones, and the good thing about these big ones is you can take the little ones, and they'll fit. After it gets so big, you take the little transplants, and they'll fit inside this one. So you can take them to the next stage. Pretty cool, man. It's gonna save me a lot of money and let me start stuff indoors. And down here to be December, January, and February. So I'll be able to start stuff inside once I get my greenhouse going. And start stuff also, like just anything you got to transplant any season. But in the greenhouse, I can start stuff in the greenhouse or inside. And I'll be bringing transplants out just like the ones you buy at the store instead of buying stuff at the store. Just got in the mail, very excited. Pretty pumped. Yes, 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 yes. Also, I got my, what else is it? What else is the news on the homestead today? These little guys, I transplanted these lettuces to fill up this, I got them from here, from the volunteer group. I thinned them out, and I moved them over there and over here. This is something I was doing while I was drinking my coffee. And also, when I had fixed my starter, it still wasn't fixed because that little spring, the whole starter assembly was broken. So, I wish I had a picture of that, but I don't. Let me show you on my chainsaw. And also I learned how to really work the chainsaw starter. I was pulling it like a madman all the way out with full power. And these things they're not for a burly Hebrew like me. They made for the heathens. Let me stop. No, they made for they got a power assist on it. I wish I had a picture. I don't. I threw everything away. Anyway, inside of here is this rope wraps around a thing that it's like this rope wraps around a pulley, and on the other end of the pulley, it clicks into the motor. So it pulls one way, and then it goes on the other, and it's a spring to pull back this rope. That was broken. It was bent or something. It was deformed. And also the power assist spring was broke because I was pulling on this way too hard, and I was pulling it all the way out. And I found out that you only pull it a little bit, and when you feel the resistance, there's a spring in there. When you pull a little bit, the spring pulls it against the pop of the motor. So the spring kind of gives it a little kick. And you ain't got to pull it, but just a little bit. And, yeah, it'll start. I was pulling it all the way out to the end with full power, and I wasn't letting it do its thing. It kind of, when you feel resistance, it kicks, and it's got a little spring in there that kicks for you instead of you pulling through resistance. I was power pulling it, and that eventually broke the starter. So I had to learn how to not do that when it's got a power assist starter. But anyway, I got that, and I got the return spring kit. I got that Wednesday, and I put it in here. So now my chainsaw is back in effect. I found some brush. What I've been doing, because half of this land is clay, I've been bringing organic material in from wherever I can find it. So I found somebody had down trees. I've been working using this chipper the way it's supposed to be used, which is, this is a wonderful tool if you gotta do a lot of pruning and you need making it into mulch. It's a beautiful thing. So I've been using the wood chipper, and I got 80% of what I'm done. I got half of my truck bed full of good material. This is the stuff I need. You know, wood chips, branches. No matter what I do with it, whether I use it for mulch, compost it, make biochar out of it, burn it. Wouldn't burn it all the way down, burn it like biochar, burn it. Which I need to do another session of. Bury it in the ground to richen up the clay soil underneath the beds. Whatever I do with it, I need the material. So I'm on the hunt for organic material, which brings me to my next venture, which might be doing a little, I might start open, do a little yard work business. I might get into a little bit of that, because that'll bring me a lot of organic material, and that'll give me more composting. Whether it's leaves, you know, tree branches. Anytime I see down trees or whatever, I'll take a picture of. I should have taken a picture, but I didn't. Anyway, I'm gonna go back and finish this pile of leaves. I got about 80% of it, and that's what's in the back of that truck. I got about 20% left, and whatever don't fit, I'm cut it up, bring the branches to them, clean up the whole pile. And the neighbors appreciate it, because it's just been sitting out there for 6 months. So yeah, and this don't seem like a lot, but this is quite a few wheelbarrows worth of wood chips. If you've seen the pile was probably from the front of my truck to the back of this trailer, just branches all over the place. But it makes for a nice tool to clean out and turn a crap load of branches. Hard to do. You got to cut them up, feed them in there. You know, be careful, make sure you don't get vibrating carpet tunnel. That's it. That's the update. Yeah, I think I'm rambling on. But that's it. I'm excited to get my soil blocker. That's what it's called. Soil blocker. Soil blocker. That's it. Let's show you again one more time. Bam, bam.